Now that I'm seeing all the colors, it might look like vomit, but it's gonna taste really great, like good vomit. I've cooked for friends, I've cooked for family members, I've cooked for coworkers, but they're all a bunch of yes men, a bunch of patsies who lie to my face and say that my food is good. So today I will be taking on my greatest challenge yet, cooking for a real life food critic. Everybody please welcome Patric Kuh.
Hello. Thank you, Josh.
Patrick, of course.
Pleasure.
Welcome. So you and I used to work together at a magazine. They don't know that I did anything before this show.
Oh, okay.
But I did.
Yes, we worked together at Los Angeles Magazine in the food department, and I fondly remember after a book signing I did, you took me out to dinner and we had a great time, and so I'm delighted to be here with you.
Thank you so much. I am too, and honestly, I used to be incredibly intimidated by you. I still am, especially in this context, because I will say, quick story time, the first time we ever went out to dinner, you were fully anonymous throughout your whole career. No one knew what your face looked like.
Right.
And so the first time I met you, we were at Osteria La Buca in a private dining room, and I will never forget, the server poured the wine and you tasted it and you trilled it, you did the, and then you said, this needs to be 3 degrees colder. Can you please put it on ice and bring it back in 10 minutes? And I was just like, this dude's the real deal, he's got it. And so I have nothing but respect for your palate.
Okay, well, thank you, Josh. I don't remember that. It sounds kind of pretentious, but
listen, the wine needed to be colder, all right? I don't mean to turn them against you.
I undoubtedly didn't, so I take the blame.
So I will be cooking a 3-course progressive tasting menu for you, but I will even handicap myself by using an ingredient that I've pulled from a 7-Eleven shelf. Do you think I can do it?
I salute the challenge.
Are you ready to see the secret ingredient?
I am.
All right, we'll be cooking with Captain Crunch.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Oh wow. Okay.
Little toasty pillows and deliciousness.
I really salute the challenge you've taken on.
Do you think I can pull it off?
You've got the cooking chops that you could. We'll see. I'll go into full critic mode.
Oh, beautiful, man. Spare no punches.
Okay.
It's about to get real weird.
Okay.
Let's get to it.
Hi, my name is Patric Kuh. I was a restaurant critic at Los Angeles Magazine for 17 years. I currently work as a restaurant manager at the Arthur J in Manhattan Beach. So I'm going to taste some Captain Crunch here. Not as sweet as I thought it was going to be. Not as synthetic as I thought it was going to be. Josh has a great building block for his creativity. I have a sort of best of all time crunchy cereal, which is Weetabix. I like that crispy dry cereal, so I'm really looking forward to what Josh manages to do.
Patric Kuh is about to be my toughest test yet because Patrick is, I don't want to write him off by saying he's old school. When I say Patric Kuh is old school, I mean that in a good way. Patrick is classically trained. He was a freaking poet, for crying out loud. And if I know anything about him, he loves simple vegetable-based cookery. One year when I worked with him at the magazine, he named a single salt-baked turnip the best dish in an entire city of 14 million people. A turnip, baked in salt. That's what this dude's about. So we're gonna try and go, a little simple, but then Captain Crunch. We're making a lobster butternut squash bisque that's going to be thickened with toasted Captain Crunch. Patrick, let's see what happens. All right, I'm gonna take a little bit of olive oil. We're gonna add this to a pan right here. When's the last time we made a bisque? We made a bisque in here before? No? First time bisque in the Mythical kitchen? That's right, we're breaking new ground. Comment below if you wanna see more bisques. All right, we're gonna start by toasting the Captain Crunch in some olive oil right here. I wanna get some of those nice, buttery notes out of it. And it actually is Captain Crunch. The flavor of it was modeled after salted butter and brown sugar on rice that this one flavor chemist like grandma used to make in the South. And then Captain Crunch is the first cereal that they figured out how to use hydrogenated oil to actually get the flavors to stick to the cereal. That's why when you eat it, it gives you that nice little film. But that's also why I think it's gonna be great to thicken this here bisque. So we're toasting up in some olive oil, trying to bring out those vegetable notes. I'm gonna wait for this pan to get up to temp. Got good, nice and toasty. We're gonna add in our veg right here. So we have a classic mirepoix. This is carrot, celery, and onion. We've also added leeks, which give like a really nice sweetness, and then shallots, which are gonna give like some of that more complexity, a little bit of those garlicky notes in there. Again, with the bisque, the whole key is just layering flavors upon flavors, and also Captain Crunch. Little sweet biscuit pillows. So we got our veg sweating right now. I'm gonna season that with salt. I'll season my veg with salt because that just kind of brings out some of the moisture. It's like you're macerating the veg in there. And then, I'm so sorry, I drank a Red Bull and had cookies right before this. Now we got the Red Bull and cookie burps. Okay, so now we're adding thyme in there. Again, layering the flavors, just bringing it out. Classical French cookery, that's what Mythical Kitchen's about. We got some sage, we got some parsley. This is all gonna get blended up and strained and then thickened with cream. So right now, it's just all about sweating those flavors out. The way you sweat out the gin and tonics in a 24-hour fitness steam room on a Saturday morning next to the old man who's wearing a shirt but no pants. Just take your shirt off too. It's cool, you can be naked in the sauna. It's just weird that you decided to keep the shirt but lose the pants. I'm gonna deglaze it with just a little bit of Chardonnay. It's gonna bring out the little bit of acid that's gonna go beautifully with that there lobster. And stir this up and just let it reduce for a second. All right, the wine's been reducing. We're gonna give it a half crack of black pepper. There we go. And then what? You don't want too much. And now we're taking, this is a roasted lobster stock. We took the shells yesterday, we roasted them off, we stewed them down, and we crushed them with some water. There you go, see that nice sediment at the bottom? And then we're gonna bring this up to a ball. It's like manaki for all care. And then we're gonna take some of this roasted honey nut squash. Butternut squash? Butternut squash. Well, honey nut squash, you can charge them $2 more. We're gonna take this roasted butternut squash right here and we're just gonna get it out of its shell. We roasted it in the skins. This is a bone-in butternut squash. A boneless butternut squash is just a nugget. We're not trying to like make this super thick with squash. We just want it as a nice, beautiful accent in there. Get all that sweetness. Because to me, that makes a lot of sense, right? Squash, Captain Crunch, you know they're cousins. What is it, like goes with like? You know, or what grows together goes together. Butternut squash season and Captain Crunch season are the same. And then we're also gonna toss in some of this fresh lobster meat right there, just to sort of infuse all that fresh lobster meat flavor. It's gonna leach some of that beautiful sweetness. Then we're gonna blend it up, strain it, cream ourselves, figure it out, make it all nice and juicy-loosey. Soup's done, well, ish. The soup's done cooking. We just gotta actually blend it now, and then we're gonna strain it through a chinois and then go back into that there bowl. It's smelling all kind of lovely. It's smelling all kind of Captain Crunchy in here. I'm gonna toss this into a nice blender. Yeah. There we go. Okay, it's about to get a little weird. Wait. All right. Here we go. Now that I'm seeing all the colors, it might look like vomit, but it's gonna taste really great, like good vomit. All right, now we just gotta blend up the soup. Y'all is gonna use a towel to protect your hands. How about a nice Mythical kitchen towel? It's among the best bisque soaking towels of all the towels that we sell. You can hear it straining against the Captain Crunch. Oh yeah. You wanna blend the lobster meat fully with the Captain Crunch particles. This is, it smells like something. You get a lot of the sage in there, which I really love. It's a very sort of fall flavor. It goes with the squash really well. And now, I'm just gonna strain this through. Beautiful. Love that. And then when we thicken this with cream, that's really gonna bring home that cereal and milk motif that we're gonna be running with throughout this entire course progression. I'm gonna do this for another 10 minutes, but that whole time I'm gonna bite my bottom lip and make eye contact with you.
From the food today, I'm expecting creativity, because I know Josh is creative. I'm expecting risk. Josh, doesn't just want to do, not with Captain Crunch, what is what you would want to do as a savory dish? I don't know. But that's the challenge, and that's wonderful. I'm expecting great professionalism. Josh has the finish, Josh has the professional qualities that go into a dish that you could put in front of a guest and ask them to enjoy and pay for. I'm expected to be delighted.
All right, Patrick, for our first course, we have a lobster and butternut squash bisque that has actually been thickened with fresh Captain Crunch, and the Captain Crunch was also cooked with the roasted lobster shell stock. We have a fresh lobster claw in there, a brunoise of butternut squash, a little bit of thyme, and some ghee floated on top, fresh Captain Crunch soil.
It looks very good. I like the black plate. It frames it very nicely. When you say thickened with Captain Crunch, like a roux of some kind, a puree, or?
We simply added it to a blender with the soup. We figured the starch in the oil would actually just sort of emulsify in with the soup.
Very clever.
Thank you.
Okay, let's take a look. Great consistency, excellent consistency. Is this the temperature it's supposed to be served at? Is it a cold soup? Is it a hot soup?
It was meant to be like a Burbank room temperature soup, which is running between 71 and 76.
It's a very satisfying flavor. The mouthfeel is the first thing that really jumps out at me. It really feels like a rich velouté. It's got that sort of classic, rich opening of a meal sort of quality that a good soup can bring. Anybody who makes soups, I salute that, because soups are kind of fallen off and people don't make soups anymore, and it's such a beautiful way to start a meal. It's also difficult to execute a good soup. This is really good. The Captain Crunch. It thickens it nicely. I feel frankly, since it's Captain Crunch, it's not giving me much crunch. While I really love the element of thickening the soup with the Captain Crunch, the crunch element, maybe it has to be served right at the last minute, but as an idea it works, and I really like the time in there. Is there lobster stock in the soup itself?
There is, yeah. Are you tasting it?
Not in the, no, that's why I asked. I tasted in the lobster, of course. Maybe reduce the stock a little bit, I'd say, just to bring out that complementary quality. Definitely a dish that I could see in a restaurant.
I'll take that as a win. First course, this is strong. This is looking up.
Okay.
We're making the Captain Crunch tweel next time.
When I was criticizing restaurants, my golden rule was never write anything you wouldn't say to the person if they were sitting across from you. I didn't try and hide behind the byline with snide comments. I tried to give it straight. I've had chefs give me the cold shoulder, and a chef's cold shoulder is a very cold shoulder. I always felt my job is to the readers of the magazine. My job is to give them my opinion.
Let's talk typical fine dining French course progression. Now, we started off with a nice bisque with lobster in it. We're gonna go from light to heavy. What's heavier than a sous vide whole rack of lamb crusted in Captain Crunch? Nothing. Right now, we're about to blow them away with flavor. We blew them in the first round with a nice lobster bisque, and now we're blowing them with flavor. So we sous vide this to 120 degrees. It's gonna get it to a nice rare, and then we're gonna bring it up to about 125 in the oven with all this Captain Crunch. We sous vide the lamb with a little bit of Herbe de Provence and some black pepper on there. That's looking absolutely lovely. I'm gonna brush it down with it's Captain Crunch, come on. The mustard is really just gonna act as a coating here, but it's also gonna impart some nice flavor, we think. Because again, cannot reiterate this enough, we've never done this. This is just a thing that we're trying now. The mustard's gonna sort of evaporate. Mustard is just vinegar, mustard flour, and salt. And so the vinegar is gonna evaporate, and then it's just gonna be left with a nice pasty mustard flour on there. You know what, I'm gonna do this side first. Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna leave the bones alone. Don't touch the bone. There we go. Nice Captain Crunch crust. Very delicate with my cooking. I love that. And then now, I want the finer parts of the Captain Crunch. And we're gonna get some nice toasted Captain Crunch breadcrumbs all around this afterwards. And that's just a snack for the chef. We call those Scooby snacks in the kitchen. We go, ooh, Scooby snacks. Beautiful, love that. So we're gonna go ahead and pop this in the oven just to toast up the Captain. Captain Horatio Magellan Crunch is his full name. Don't ask what he was doing on all those islands. So we're not just gonna serve him a rack of lamb. Of course, we gotta have some accoutrements on there. And what goes better with a rack of lamb than a lovely gremolata? It's like an Italian little kind of hand-shot parsley pesto situation. Typically there's lemon, there's garlic, there is parsley, there's probably some sort of nut or toasted bread in there. Instead of toasted bread, we're using Captain Crunch. So, I'm gonna start finally chopping some parsley right here. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. You don't even have to take the stems off the parsley. You know what parsley stems taste like? Friggin' parsley. It's good. You want it there. You want it. Not that one though. One of the things about cooking is you don't follow your own rules. I don't like blending sauces like this because I want some of that non-uniformity in there. Like people who blend pestos or chimichurris or something, you're missing out on a lot of that character. And like anyone from Argentina would tell you, like you never blend a chimichurri, you hand chop it. Ditto with pesto being made in a mortar and pestle. If you're just making dinner for your family, do whatever you want. But we got Patric freaking Kuh in the building. God, I'm excited. All right, there we go. Yeah. Pass off. Okay. Yeah, high pitched on that one. That was like a Rob Halford scream. Get the parsley into a bowl. Scoopy, scoopy. We're also serving this with a sunchoke puree. Sunchokes are also known as Jerusalem artichokes, which are also known as fartichokes because they really do take you to boom boom town whenever you eat them. I don't eat sunchokes enough to really like have that in my memory, but I saw someone like tweet about it, and I literally went and bought sunchokes just to like find out. You know the term F around and find out? Well, I did. I did cooking a nice romantic dinner and then ruined the night. All right, so now we're just grating some fresh garlic in there. It's gonna provide some nice pungency to sort of counter that sweetness. Don't shatter the bowl. I thought I did it that time. And then we're gonna zest a little bit of lemon in there. There we go. This is the finest microplane. This is a microplane. It's a small microplane, is what I'm saying, and it takes forever to zest a lemon on it. There we go. Woo! Woohoo! And a little schloopy today. Oh, it's a hard lemon. That's a hard lemon. Oh, I gotta cut somewhere. That's not good. I gotta wash my hands again because I licked them. Gonna add some nice flaky salt, get some little pops in there. Beautiful. Get hit with a neutral oil. Most people use olive oil, but I'm worried about the olive oil obstructing the Captain Crunch flavor. And then we're just gonna take some Captain Crunch, add that right there. Beautiful. And now we're just gonna spoon it around. And there's our beautiful Captain Crunch Gremolata. Come on, folks, where else are you gonna see this? I'm into it, let's play. Oh, she's looking gorgeous and crusty. Look at that. Also, hey, look at these. We got new Mythical oven mitts. And listen, I'm not gonna give you a big ad read right here. This isn't scripted. You got hands, we got mitts for your hands. You got hot things in the oven. We want to protect your hands. Think of us like the guardians of the galaxy, except the galaxy is in your hands, and that's really a metaphor for the fact that you hold the whole world in your hands. Inside of these two, what I call arm feet, are all the possibilities, and we can protect those for you. Buy the new Mythical oven mitts at mythical.com. Did I nail that? I thought it was pretty freaking good. All right, so we gotta slice up this lamb.
The restaurant critic's role in society, I think, is to bring a broad sort of knowledge of food and of different restaurants to bear on their particular meals at a restaurant. I always say, you know, the chef is free to throw the magazine across the room or ignore the review, but what you're getting is somebody who has an unbiased opinion. It's not your publicist, it's not your mom, it's not your general manager, it's not your sous chef, it's not the guest who wants to be nice to you. It's somebody who has nothing to gain from giving you their opinion straight. Ideally, you're getting a valuable opinion of what one person's experience at your dining establishment was.
All right, Patrick, for our main course today, we have a Captain Crunch crusted rack of New Zealand lamb. We have cooked it rare, did all the rack together, then sliced off the individual chops. We have a Captain Crunch gremolata, simple parsley, garlic, lemon, served on a Jerusalem artichoke puree with some grilled lemon.
Beautiful. Looks good. So there's Captain Crunch in the gremolata and in the crust on the lamb?
That's correct. We left the Jerusalem artichokes crunchless.
Crunchless, okay. One element, you know, it's all about contrast. One element has to be just nicely charred lemon. Mm-hmm. Nice main course size, definitely. Beautiful pink lamb. Protein presented here directly towards me. I'm intrigued by the crust, and also I can smell the herbal quality on that gremolata just popping, so I'm looking forward to tasting this.
Wanted something rich but still bright, something able to cut through all the sweetness and the fat.
Understood. Let me see. This may be a towering achievement of yours. Let me see. Flavors are coming together beautifully. I want to get the crunch on the...
Do you feel crunchitized?
It's a very good dish. It's a very successful dish. The contrast of the soft puree, really good. The lemon, I think, perfect to have on that. I love the way the Captain Crunch actually provides some crunch here, particularly on the crust of the lamb. I think I would have rendered it a bit more on the fat side of the rack of lamb, just to render it a little bit.
We sous vide it.
Oh, you sous vide it?
We could have rendered it.
Okay. The gremolata is really a really good gremolata. It is a really good gremolata. It does exactly what you want. It's sort of counters and parries the rich kind of meat quality of lamb. If you had not told me there was Captain Crunch in this, I would not have guessed it. It's just a beautiful, like an undertone of sweetness, that little bit of crispiness. It's a very successful dish. I'm going to have another few bites. Was there an inspiration for this? Provençal lamb or?
Yeah, you know, we take inspiration in the Mythical kitchen from several regions of France. The Cannes-Savant region is where I typically draw inspiration from. No, we wanted to give you something, you know, classic. I know you spent time in Spain and France.
Yeah.
So I want to give you something, you know, classic, rooted in tradition, but with a little bit of modern twist from the crunchitizing.
You know, this really makes me a believer in what you're doing. It really does, Josh.
Thank you.
You're taking elements that are not standard in any way, and you're saying, can it be incorporated while maintaining its own integrity? Mm-hmm. And this is doing it. This is Captain Crunch at its finest, in my opinion, which is not in a bowl of cereal, but sort of done like this. Even the color. It's so important to have visual elements in food, particularly today with people taking pictures of the food. This really pops on the plate.
Yeah.
So it's pure, it's simple, the lemon is great, the Captain Crunch brings something instead of just being kind of a gag, and the gremolata is a really good thing. I would cook that myself.
We'll send you home some gremolata.
Okay, I'd love it. The best meal I ever had was at La Trainera in Madrid. My wife and I arrived what we thought was kind of Madrid time, so about 10:30 at night. night. Restaurant was still empty, of course. The Madrileños, the people of Madrid, had not yet really arrived. We managed to have a wonderful table. Madrid is, even though it's a landlocked city, has great seafood traditions. We had grilled sole, we had an octopus appetizer. The people of Madrid started to flow in slowly about 11 o'clock at night. The room filled up, the wine was pouring. We were just in moment of bliss. And for me, that's what dining out is all about. Kind of, the magical moments. When they happen, they are memorable.
We've gone through a couple classic French preparations, so why not go with the most classic French dessert of all time? Crepes Oops All Berry Suzette. That's what we're doing right now. We're making an Oops All Berries crepe. The Captain Crunch factory has been screwing up for the last 30 or so years. They keep only getting the berries in there, and they think a simple oops is gonna solve it. Not for me. We're gonna blend up some crepe batter. I think the cereal should seamlessly blend into the crepe batter. I've never done this before. I did used to make, I made probably thousands of crepes in high school. For Nicole's sick of hearing this story. But I made thousands of crepes in high school because I was in French class for 4 years, 5 years, including 8th grade. And instead of doing my homework, I would simply make dozens of crepes for extra credit. And really, that just jumped the grade point average to where I graduated high school. Didn't do that in college, but they caught on to my scheme by college. So now, I'm just gonna blend this up real quick. There we go, just to incorporate it. And then we are going to add, this is equal parts Oops All Berries mixed with flour. And we're just gonna gradually add some of that in there. The Oops All Berries should add a nice bit of sweetness, which is gonna help it sort of tense up. It's gonna give it some nice structure to that crepe batter. That one. There we go. And as that blends, we're gonna add our melted butter. Yeah! Fantastic. Hey, can someone grab me a stick of butter? Now, my favorite thing to do when making crepes is take the whole stick of butter, and you're just gonna get that nice and melted. You really gotta watch the heat on your pan. Also, the first crepe is already incredibly screwed up, so we're just gonna kind of make a ditch crepe here. And yeah, no, fudge that one. Fudge that, wait, hold on. No, maybe it can still work. Yeah, there we go. You gotta run it around the pan. Get there. You can tell I've done this before. Fudge, man, we're good. The first one's always a ditch crepe. Okay, now we wait. Now we're just gonna lift up the edges of the crepe, get the spatula to the middle, and flip. And there we go. We're gonna fold it up, and then we're gonna add some berries to it, and we're gonna light it on fire. So any blemishes that you see right now, it'll have some help. All right, the first crepe is done. Fantastic, and now you're not even gonna lube the pan anymore because it's got enough of that crepe grease in there. You're gonna take it off the heat, and you're gonna let it set for about 8 seconds. Convenient that there's a siren while I'm waiting, huh? There we go. Get there. Keep it going. And then you let the excess drip out. That's what I do. Shake it. You shake it like a Polaroid picture. For the kids that don't know, there's a brand of camera called Polaroid. A camera was like an iPhone that you couldn't text on. All right, heck yeah. This is the money crepe. Don't eat the raw batter. Okay, they just need to go under, lift from the center, just use your hands. There we go. Now that's a crepe. Come on, first one, I'll still eat it. This crepe is nice. It's spinning like a vinyl record on a turntable. See, for the kids, a vinyl record was also like an iPhone, but you couldn't text on it. A lot of things used to just do one thing, is what happened, and then now one thing does everything. Okay, take that crepe. There we go. And then we're gonna take some of these macerated berries and Oops All Berries, and we're just gonna kind of spread this around. We're gonna fold it into a nice little triangle, and then we're gonna plate it up. We're gonna flambe it in cognac, and then get some nice unsweetened whipped cream on there. Oh, beautiful, look at her. She's glowing, kind of a weird purple grayish, but that's okay.
The future of restaurants is very interesting in terms of huge changes were already occurring before COVID. Technology was really starting to determine how restaurants were run. COVID accelerated all the technological advances, it also brought out the importance of what the dining experience represents. It is the moment we come together. It is the moment we share something valuable. It is the moment we make time for each other. And that was always there, but having those things taken away from us for 2 years underscored the role that restaurants play.
Patrick, to end the meal right now, we have a Captain Crunch. This is the Oops All Berries preparation of the dish. We've turned it into a crepe that is filled with macerated berries and cognac, a little bit of chantilly cream, some more berries, and fresh Captain Crunch on top. And now we will pour the flambéed cognac. This is our extern Trevor from Pasadena Community College.
Okay, wonderful.
I thought you were gonna light it on fire. You want me to light it on fire? We've never done this before.
That's quite the tool for...
You wanna put it?
Oh, nice.
All right, now jimmy it up. Nope, not yet. This never happens. This is normally so seamless.
Okay.
Trevor just pours some of the liquor on his crepe.
May I ask what the spirit is? What is it?
This is a Courvoisier cognac. Okay. It's big in the clubs.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah,
good.
wait,
Keep
Trevor,
going,
don't scare the cats.
Keep going.
Trevor,
Perfect.
yeah,
Perfect.
would you like me to freshly torch your crepe?
It's probably fine.
Okay.
Yeah, because the whipped cream may suffer. Okay, that's very, very, very impressive bit of dining room
so
technique right there. First of all, I see the fruit Captain Crunch, which is exciting because I hadn't seen it in the other dishes. So you're representing, I believe there's a peanut butter, or there's another flavor of Captain Crunch, but it's nice to see that the berry flavor is on your radar.
Thank you.
Okay, other than that little episode, which we won't mention, really good, very clever. I hadn't noticed the color, but there it is. The crunchiness of the Captain Crunch comes through. The whipped cream it's a nice soft peak, which I like. I don't like the really hard whipped cream. It flows into the dish. The fruit, the berries of the Captain Crunch meets in a beautiful fruity middle ground with the actual fruit that you're using. So that's really nice. When I look at the entirety of the meal, you have given me a meal. You have given me a meal, cohesive meal with a real opinion, a real take, and I feel that as a critic, that is what I look for. I feel I know you better through this meal.
I love that.
And that is the power of food. You have
really
created a moment for me that I feel I know you better.
My God, thank you. And I mean, food isn't a one-sided conversation. I feel the same exact way of being able to serve you this and to get the feedback. And this is a beautiful moment for me as well.
Yeah.
And that's the magic of cooking, in my opinion.
That's absolutely right. I agree. High five. Come on.
High five. We did it. Patrick, I would be remiss if I didn't ask you, if you were writing a review today, whether it's stars, whether it's just a good or bad opinion, what would it say?
I went back and forth about stars because I felt you were sort of writing yourself into building a legal case that this was the ultimate, here's why it has 3 or 4 stars. But I feel readers or viewers, they want, should I go or shouldn't I go? It's a pretty simple question. If this were, let's say, 4-star maximum, I would give you 3.5 stars.
That's huge.
3.5 stars. And next meal I come here, I know 4 stars for sure.
We're gunning for that 4th Patric Kuh star. Screw Michelin. Patrick, truly, thank you so much for taking time out of your day, and thank you for the candor.
My pleasure. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me. Very enjoyable.
Of course, and thank you so much for stopping by the Mythical Kitchen. We got new episodes for you every week. We got new episodes of our podcast, A Hot Dog is a Sandwich, every Wednesday wherever you get your podcasts. Hit us up on Instagram and TikTok at Mythical Kitchen with pictures of your mythical dishes. We'll see y'all next time. Patrick, you write all that down?
I did. Well, it's ingrained in my memory already. So.
You sloppy son of a biscuit, get as messy as you want in your own kitchen when you have the Mythical Kitchen Towels. Available now at mythical.com.